Welcome back to Sparta Combat League 72 at the Eclipse Event Center in Denver, Colorado. We're ready for our next fight of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, Namir Singleton.
Bumping up again in weight class, going to the 155-pound fighters, bringing Mr. Namir Singleton to the cage right now.
Earlier 155 fight, definitely a little bit of a bloodbath. I'm curious if this one follows suit.
It's been a night of fast-paced fights this evening. I love that. I love seeing the really quick action going down and these guys really being willing to put themselves out there. Nobody's coasting tonight. I love it.
Definitely a fan of Namir's shirt here. Tap, snap, or nap.
Tap, snap, or nap. Checking out our tail of the tape, even with age. Singleton just 1 inch shorter. Both these guys making their debut. And Singleton, interestingly, lists his style straight up as boxing versus Mr. Combest, who's saying MMA as his style.
Singleton getting a little bit of a pep talk here.
Gilbert Jamal Smith, we mentioned him, former UFC and Bellator fighter.
Couple green fighters again, couple debuts. No lack of excitement so far with those kind of guys, though.
One of the things I love about being involved in the media aspect of MMA is I get to watch these fighters at the beginning of their careers, literally the first time they step in their cage. I get to see them. I remember being ringside the first time Donald Cowboy Cerrone stepped into the ring, and now I've watched him fight for a world title. You know, it's,
my goodness.
Chris Camozzi started his career here in Colorado. Got to watch him go to the UFC. Kat Zingano, same thing. So it's just fantastic to watch these guys at the beginning of their careers and then watch them.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th blue corner, Hector Combest.
I think it's safe to say that Mr. Combest is trying to turn Sparta Combat League into Sparta Combest League.
Well played, sir. Well played. How awesome for these fighters to get to have this kind of a stage to make their debut on, coming out to the smoke machine. Sparta Combat League got the lights set up for them.
Oh, yeah.
Walk through the crowd. What a great way to do it. It's not quite a walk-in from the parking lot across the bull ring like it used to be some of the early days fights in Wyoming. Couple of Colorado Springs camps represented here. Pariah MMA with their head corner man, Mr. Drew Lawrence, has the towel on his shoulder there. Truly one of the better coaches that there is in the state. He always puts out fighters that are just really upper echelon. So going to be exciting to watch these guys try to get it on for their first Rumble.
I'll tell you this, just the visual test alone, Singleton and Combest, these guys look like some athletes, without question.
Yes, sir.
Singleton there with almost the traditional boxing shorts, flashing gold.
This fight is brought to you by Saratoga Casino in Blackhawk. Check them out, make the drive up, Saratoga Casino. Now, let's meet your two fighters. Fighting first out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner. He stands at 5'9" tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Training at Victory MMA with a record of 0-0 from Miami, Florida. Fighting out of Colorado Springs, Namir Singleton. And his opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th blue corner. He stands 5'8" tall, weighing in at 152 pounds. Training out of Pariah MMA with a record of 0-0 Hector Combest.
Victory
Referee for this
MMA
bout is Tom
brings us
Johnson.
Mr. Singleton wearing the gold shorts versus the pariah-trained MMA fighter, Mr. Combest. We've talked about it, these guys both making their debut. I think we're going to see some pretty high-level action for a couple of debut fighters considering the gyms these guys come out of. And as you referenced, just the athletic look of both of these fighters.
This was my fight that I was most looking forward to on the card coming in.
And Singleton flashes the kick low and brings it up high.
Oh, Singleton going after him immediately, driving him into the cage.
And a nice answer by Combest. Hard knees kept him away from his opponent's head, which would have been an illegal strike. Well, for a boxing fighter, Singleton throwing some nice kicks. And very traditional looking kicks, almost a Taekwondo style looking side kick there for Mr. Singleton. So he's got something in his background other than boxing.
And the boxer just went for a takedown, so.
Yeah, again, it just speaks to how well-rounded the gyms are and what these guys are seeing in their training partners. And Combest trying to get the lift there. Singleton doing a nice job with his right underhook. And you battle for position here.
You could see Combest was trying to get his knee behind Singleton's and almost pry him to the ground, almost like a lever.
Oh, look at how calm Combest is, just looking over at his corner, taking instructions, very nonplussed by the whole situation. It's such a great skill to be able to listen to your corner. A lot of gyms train that. I think some gyms overlook what a tremendous attribute that can be.
Singleton being patient here. Mouth's open though, he looks a little bit gassed. Already Combest has been the aggressor, drawing him against the cage, and I think he's just more trying to wear him out if anything.
Knee block being shown by Singleton. And if you're winded, you know, you want to block those strikes, make sure nothing comes up to the body, because that's something that'll really drain your lifeline.
Oh, and that is exactly what Combest is trying to do. Knees to the body. Big knees to the body.
Stabbing knees. Oh, and I think Singleton was hurt, and that knee went up to the face.
Yep.
It was, or maybe, might have been an eye poke, actually. I just saw the referee. So we'll see if he says it was an illegal knee or if it was an eye poke. But
either way, it did not look intentional.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, and he's motioning to the eye, so I think he's saying eye poke. Unintentional, so not going to be a penalty point assessed against Mr. Combest, I don't believe. But referee's just going to make sure that Singleton's okay, has all his faculties about him.
Both fighters to regroup now. I'm sure they're both pretty appreciative of this nice little break.
So I just heard referee Tom Johnson say it wasn't the knees. So shows that Combest in control of his weapons. Nothing illegal as far as the striking, just a graze against the eye. Excuse me. See if Singleton brings the kick, and a turning back kick, nicely done.
Again, Combest trying to get those knees to the body.
Combest, yep, hunting the single leg, see if he rides it high, tries to go for the high crotch, now goes for the body lock, and again, a stabbing knee. Only about 20 seconds left. I think they're going to ride out this position here, and we're going to see a second round, but Combest's going to do his best to drain some energy out of his opponent before the end of this round, and Combest definitely getting the best of it here up against the cage to end round number one.
Combest definitely looks much, much more controlled in the clinch than Singleton. That is the end of round number one. I would sit here and say that Combest probably won that round on the scorecard, and also probably just in terms of energy spent as well.
Agreed. Yes, sir. Give us just a second to wind up the replay here. And what we're talking about here is the clinch that you were saying, and just look at those knee strikes go in, just absolutely debilitating. There's where we had the accidental eye poke But man, those knees so strong and so draining to have your whole body racked by somebody driving that leg into you. My goodness.
Well, imagine trying to breathe in, and as soon as you're inhaling that oxygen, you take a knee right to your sternum. My goodness.
So if you're in the corner of Singleton, what are you telling him?
Well, I mean, he was doing a good job keeping his distance for the most part, but Hector was closing the space very quickly, and he was controlling the whole fight in terms of the clinch and driving against the cage. If I'm Singleton, space it out, strike him from a distance.
Manage the distance. Yes, sir. That's exactly what I would have said. We are in agreement. Good. You and I don't have to settle in the cage afterwards, sir. Nice. And that's exactly what Singleton comes out doing, looking to use those kicks. Part of having a strong kicking game is the ability to manage the distance and keep your opponent away from you.
Both fighters being patient again.
See if Combest tries to time a kick and does exactly that, waits for it to come in low and then drives forward. Combest has tried to get it to the ground, unable to do so until now, so let's see why he was so diligent in trying to put it here.
He's got that half guard right now. The corner saying, give him some blows on the ground.
And again, Combest just so calm and listening to his corner. Drew Lawrence giving very precise, very explicit instructions, and Combest listening to them and employing them really, really well.
Combest is even looking over at him. Saying, I got my forearm in his throat, he ain't going nowhere. I can look around if I want to.
Singleton not really doing anything to try to affect escape here yet. He's not trying to pull a leg through and get his full guard. And I can see better now why that is. It's because Combest had a leg lace. Now that that leg lace is gone, we see Singleton working to get full guard. He has one butterfly hook in, but might be a chance for Combest to pass to that side. And Singleton controlling the arms just a little bit. Some of the shots are still making contact, but Singleton needs to try to effect an escape or set up a submission here.
Singleton is exerting a lot of energy trying to escape, but at the same time, he's not covering his face, and Combest has snuck a couple shots in.
And again, we're over here near the corner of Combest where he's able to just listen to his corner, and again, Drew Lawrence just giving really precise instructions and Combest following through with it.
Posturing up now. Combest's corner and back to the system, and he's been very systematic with everything.
Singleton's right leg free. If he should pivot to his right, I bet he could put a foot on the cage, try to effect an escape. Needs to start trying to work an underhook, see if he can get up a little bit, get his back against the cage, try to get his feet underneath him. He's just not having any serious effect with his escape attempts as of yet. There's the 10-second clacker, and looks like we're going to get treated to a third round for the first time this evening.
This feels weird. So what do we do now? There's another round?
There's the 3 coming up. We'll see a ring card girl with the 3.
JR, what do you think? Again, Combest with that round?
Complete control that round. Colorado does not use the new MMA scoring system. If they were using it, you can make a case for a 10-8 round with the complete control of position as well as the damaging strikes. Under the new system, might not be a 10-8 because the damage wasn't super significant, but you know, that doesn't really matter because we're not using that system. But here, I was gonna say, here we are on the replay, but they went away from that. But Combest able to get that takedown that he'd been hunting for so long. Then it was all just one-way traffic in the favor of Combest there. His ability to control position, listen to his corner, and land strikes.
Yeah, we're going to probably see Singleton again. He was doing a good job in the beginning of last round, keeping that distance, getting those good kicks in. But again, Combest just closed the distance very quickly. Singleton wasn't really ready for it. And that was pretty much the most exciting part of the last round.
Yeah, 2 things here. Singleton needs to be ready for that takedown, and he needs to not throw a single kick. He needs to punch, then kick, or he needs to kick and then punch. And a trip And I was going to say, looked like maybe he turned his ankle, but I think he's okay. No pained look on his face or anything.
Oh, Combest gets him to the ground again.
And immediately, right where he wants to be, full mount and in his own corner.
My goodness. And here come the strikes by Combest. He is looking to finish it. This is not going to go to decision.
Able to secure back control is Combest. Singleton trying to get back up to his feet, doing the right thing. Needs to make sure he doesn't lift his chin, but Combest showing nice back control.
Are we going to see another choke?
Combest adjusting his position, bringing his hips back a little bit. Trying to thread the right arm around his Combest. Singleton doing a nice job with 2-on-1 wrist control and looking to turn in his Singleton, and able to affect the turn is the Victory MMA fighter. And here come the punches from Singleton. Corner Combest saying get up, and he does exactly that. And Singleton needs to either separate here.
I think Singleton needs to understand that he was having more effectiveness at a distance in striking, not in the clinch.
Agreed. Going for the takedown of Singleton.
Okay.
Gets the single leg, but scrambled by Combest.
Singleton said, screw being defensive the last 2 rounds. I'm going to be the aggressor this round.
Yes, sir. So again, Combest not going to throw a knee here because it would go up to the head.
Combest's corner saying to snap him down to the ground.
Singleton doing a nice job keeping his shoulders squared into his opponent. The corner of Combest calling for him to make the turn and take Singleton's back, and Singleton shutting that down by way of shoulder and head position. Nice job by the Victory MMA fighter. We saw him have some difficulties in the clinch against the cage in rounds 1 and 2, making a much better showing here in the third is Singleton.
Both fighters are gassed. Who can dig in for the last 30 seconds and try to finish it?
And they are over by the corner of Singleton, so he's able to get some instructions from his corner now. Combest looking to hit the switch, able to effect some separation, and Singleton with what I'm going to call an interesting decision to close the distance. Only 10 seconds left here. Exciting fight, and for the first time tonight, we're going to see the judges have to earn their money, and Singleton going to end it with a couple of strikes.
He was not going away empty-handed. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
There's some fun for the crowd.
Both fighters drained. All that time on the ground is exhausting.
I really thought that round was going to go much different when Combest got that early takedown, but Singleton able to get the turn from inside the guard and then made some interesting decisions and closed the distance and managed things really well against the cage, did Singleton. So showing that he can make adjustments mid-fight. What a tremendous skill for a fighter to have.
But JR, I think it's a case of a little too late, a little too late.
Agreed.
Too little too late.
However, our opinions mean nothing, so.
Numbers don't lie, so we're going to say it.
See what Brent says here.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 elimination rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Garcia scores the bout 29-28 Combest. Judge Ramirez scores the bout 29-28 Singleton. And Judge Hilzebeck scores the bout 29-28 for your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Hector Combest.
So a split decision for Mr. Combest. Congratulations to the Pariah MMA fighter. He gets the post-fight interview with Bailey Winter.
I'm here now with Hector Combest. Hector, this was the first fight that went all 3 rounds tonight. Ended in a split decision. How'd you feel about your performance?
Honestly, not too good. I felt all right in the first and the second round, but in the third, I got really tired, and I won, but honestly, I feel like I lost in here just because my coaches, Jaime and Drew, were telling me to keep going, and I I didn't.
What were your coaches telling you between rounds?
They were just telling me to be calm and relax and have fun and just do what I do in the gym all the time. And I don't know though, in the gym, yeah, it's definitely different in the octagon. I feel the adrenaline kind of got to me and had adrenaline dump and I got tired. But yeah, they're just telling me to let them come to me and me not to overstep the line.
A lot of times in the cage, people have that big adrenaline dump and be exhausted by even the second round, even though those rounds are pretty short. How did you mentally overcome that during this fight?
My training partners, they made me mentally tough up here. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to push through that last round.
Anyone else you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank my mom. I love you, Mom. Thanks for coming to support my brother, Isaiah. The goofy is all hell. Thank you, Jaime, for cornering me. And I just want to thank Drew and all my training partners and just love all my family.
Well, even though you're not excited about your performance, you still got that win tonight. Congratulations. Great job, Hector.